Yo, what's up guys, in here, welcome back. We're going to be doing a mini video here. I thought about it, and I'm like, I really should have added it in the last video, but it was too late. I already exported it and all that. We're going to be doing the two islands of Equatorial Guinea, and also São Tomé and Príncipe. So, let's get started. I'm going to try an experimental thing, because we're on the water world. As you can see, it's deep. So we're going to try something experimental. I'll put a note on the screen right now if I end up changing it later on in the video, so you know. If you don't see a note, I didn't change it on later in the video. So what we're going to do, we're going to need these colors. So get rid of cyan. We don't need cyan at all. We're going to need green, yellow, red, brown. I'm going to keep... Oh yeah, no, we also do need white. I'm going to actually put them in this order. And that should be it. We should only need those colors. I will keep lime green for no reason whatsoever. So find this point of Gabon, okay? This point right here. And we're going to count like this. Ready for this? 3 yellow. Break the first 2. Remember, always look at the screen after every few seconds to make sure that you haven't messed anything up. Place 3 more. Break the first 2. Place 3 more, break the first 2, okay? Should look like that. We're gonna break that in a moment. But this block should be black. Now I'm gonna do my experimental thing. We're going to do the majority of the flag underneath the water, because I think it would look a lot better. And if you're doing this world, you should probably fill in the blank areas with water when you have enough of a place actually built. But yeah, this is going to be underwater, and again, if you didn't see the note, that means I kept it this way. If you saw a note, that means I didn't do it this way. But yeah, go down and to the left 1. So you should have an L like this. We're going to keep these reference blocks here. We don't need them, but we're going to keep them just in case. And I will get rid of them when we're done, if we've done it right. So now, we're going to take yellow. We're going to 2 blocks in, place 1. Okay, so it should be diagonal like this. We're going to place this 2 more times. So 3, break the first 2. 3, break the first 2. Okay, so it should be 3 of them. We're going to then switch to green. And we're going to do that again. 3, break the first 2. 3, break the first 2. 3, break the first 2. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. Okay? We're going to go back to yellow. And we're going to do it 3 more times. 3, break the first 2. 3, break the first 2. 3, break the first 2. We're going to go back to green, and we're going to do it 1 more time. 3, break the first 2. So it should be 3 yellow, 3 green, 3 yellow, 1 green. Just like that. If you don't have that, you're doing it wrong. I didn't tell you that all of last video, I don't think, so I had to do it this time. We're then going to, on top, okay, place black in a line until we line up with our previous black that we placed. So that should be the outline of São Tomé at the bottom. Okay, we're going to quickly take some yellow concrete. We're going to go down to, on the last green block, break the first one. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. So you should have 4 yellow blocks coming off of it. 4 yellow blocks, 5 in total, but 4 yellow blocks. And now diagonal to this bottom yellow, you're going to place a black. Okay, now we're going to take green, place 3 down on the yellow, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Okay, so it should look like this now. We are going to place black until we line up with the green at the bottom. Okay, this is going to be for Equatorial Guinea, by the way. I didn't say that, but this is for Equatorial Guinea. Now, we're going to place a few blocks of black to the left. We're going to take green, go on the 3rd block, then place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. So you should have 3 more of those, and we're going to place black until we line up with the green. Now, we could just go up and make a square. Okay, so it should look like this. We're going to quickly... Oh, we also need blue. I don't know why I didn't grab blue. So we're going to need blue as well. We're going to grab this blue. Actually, we're going to first Green should be here. Red should be here. And that should be 3 blocks of white, okay? So 2 blocks of green, 3 blocks of white, 2 blocks of red. Sorry for the keyboard, by the way. We're going to take blue and place in the inner 5 blocks like this pattern. Okay? We are going to place 2 white coming off the tip of the blue, and we're going to place a black on top coming out of the water, go up and go down and go up. And that is actually the island that Equatorial Guinea has here. Everything else is the flag underneath, so you know what it is. But yeah, you can fill this in with white. Normally we wouldn't do this unless we knew we did it right, but you know, I'm taking risks today, you know? I'm a risk taker, some might say. And we're just gonna fill this in right now. Because I also want to see how this looks underwater. Yeah, I don't mind that. I really don't. You know what I mean? It's clear what the flag is. And yeah, I like that, yeah. So basically just copy all that. I'll do a once over, okay? This is what it should look like. Pause if you need to, okay? Now, we're going to go back to this top green block. We're going to place a couple black here just to know it's a line. Now we're going to take our green. We're going to go on the 3rd block, okay? And we're going to do this 2 more times. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Okay, so we have 3 green blocks going up here. This is back to São Tomé, by the way. We're going to do this with yellow again. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Okay, so you should have another yellow. We're going to do that with green again. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Okay. I should have mentioned this. You should have an area dug out for this, but do it at your own pace. You don't even have to do it underneath water, right? You could also do it level with the ground. It doesn't change anything. But I did this so you knew what was actually the outline of land and what was, you know, what it was attached to. Because I wanted the colors to be slightly shaded. Anyway, back to the 3rd green here. We're going to do yellow 1 more time. 3 more times, but 1 more time for the yellow blocks. So place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Okay, so you should have 2 yellow sections. We're going to do 1 more green section. I'm so sorry. Place 3, break the first 2. Oh. I am such a failure. Place the yellow block back. Now back to the green. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. So you should have 2 black gaps in between, like this. And this is going north. Okay, that is north. You're now going to take black and place until you overhang by 1. And, oh, sorry. And bang. So we have now placed until we overhanged by 1. So this is what it should look like in total. Okay. We are now able to square it off, but instead we will go find this yellow block right here, this one at the bottom. We're going to take green. We're going to place 2 green underneath the water here, and place a 3rd one above the water, just to keep it for reference. Place 3, place 1 above the water. Place 2, actually place 3, and then place a black on top of it. Okay, so it should look like this. And we're now going to break everything that wasn't under the water, or that wasn't above the water. So it should look like this. So off the yellow block, 2 block gap, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, place a block on top and break the first 2. Okay, so that's what it should look like. We're now going to quickly do the outline on this territory. So go up and to the right on that black. We're going to go up diagonally. We're going to go up diagonally by tall 3. We're going to go to the left here. And we're going to place until it is level. So it should be 4. That is 4. And we're going to place another block above it on the right side. And then we're going to overhang diagonally. So I suck at talking, but yeah, this is what it should look like. Now, for future reference, that will be yellow on top, everything else will be green in here. So everything should line up with this on the bottom here, at least. We're going to quickly grab red. Actually, place green first. We're going to go to the bottom left corner, place 2 green, okay? And we're going to place 3 red on top of it. All right, so now we're going to go up and diagonal. You can even place it like that. You're going to make this 3 5 more times. I will correct it if it's wrong in a moment. So we're going to do this. Actually, just make it 3 times real quick. Just make it 3. So 3 in total. Like this. Okay, just do it like this. I know, I'm very contradictory here. But we're going to do this now 3 more times. I just had to make sure that I was doing it right. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it should be 3 blocks up, 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now the next one we're going to do, we're going to go up 1 more time, but it should be a 4. Okay, so that's a 4. Now, if I did this right, I'm going to place a yellow block on the second tallest, and I'm going to place a red block, and it should be in the middle of the middle greens on the left side. Okay, so I did do it right. Just copy this, and you have done it right. Now we're going to go up to the top left here. We will place an overhang on top for the border, but then we're going to place 2 green going down in the top left corner. We're going to place 3 red, and now theoretically this should just be the same as the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is accurate. That will all be red. Don't fill it in yet, because this is the bigger one. This is easier to mess up. Granted, it is literally almost impossible to mess up, but there's still a chance. So now, place a yellow block here. And in fact, even break the first one here, if you placed it with me. We're going to place 2, break the first one, okay? We're going to grab black, place 2, break the first one. So it should look like this. We're going to go up, okay? We're going to go to the right. So it should look like this. We're going to go down, but first, on the bottom left block here, place 3, break the first 2. Now, place black until you overhang by 2. So it should look like that. We're going to then place another line to the right of it, fill up the top, and place 2 off the right. It should look like a T here. Okay? We're then going to grab yellow concrete again. I'm sorry. Place 2, break the first one. Place 2 black off that, break the first one. And now just mirror it on the other side here. So again, make sure that you're doing it right. And you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so if you did it right, it looks like this. Okay, now grab yellow concrete. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place black on the bottom of the second yellow and above it. Break the yellow and replace it with black. So now if we go down in a straight line, we should reach up with our corner from before. We do. Alright, and also, by the way, I forgot to mention this before. On the 4th one down, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one, we are going to place green right there. Okay, so on the second down of that, we're going to place green in a line. We're going to place yellow up under it in a line. So it should look like this. The green should start in the middle yellow on the top yellow. Okay, so that's the bottom yellow, that's the top yellow. It should start in the middle yellow on the top yellow. Got it? And the yellow underneath it. That will be the green and yellow on the flag. Now we're going to just go up in a line. We're going to, I didn't do nearly enough. We're going to just round it off here. Make it a rectangle. And there we go. Finally did it. And now we can even Just match up the lines. Should be the second block here. Okay. We're going to place until we're in line with it, and we're going to do the same with the yellow on top. So it should look like this. Excuse me for a moment while I ruin the audio. Alright, I'm so sorry for that if I kept it in. And we're just going to place green into a line until we reach the border, which we do, obviously. There's literally no messing that up. And then yellow. And the bottom here will be green. The middle section here will be yellow, but we first got to complete our little lines to the border. And there we go. So, oh, and actually, I forgot a little piece of land. I'm so sorry for that. So anyway, my bad. So go here to this block right here on this T. Place 3 yellow up, break the first 2, okay? Place another 3 yellow, break the first 2, okay? And then place a yellow here for safety. Place a black to the top of it and break it. It should look like this, okay? It should be 3 blocks tall, so let's put another 2 blocks. And then 3 blocks to the left. And that is all of the land for São Tomé. So green at the bottom, yellow in the middle, green on the top, red in the middle. Don't fill it in yet because there's still one more island. Give me a moment. All right, I'm just going to do a just in case section. Everything, if my microphone wasn't transmitting any audio, everything you just saw was sped up, but I'm going to do a quick once over to show you what we did, okay? Pause when needed. Okay, pause when needed. We're just going to do a quick once over. And because I just checked my microphone and it didn't look like it was making sound, but when I unplugged it, it said microphone disconnected, but this is just to be safe. Okay, this is what everything should look like. All right, place it in the exact same way that you see it placed here. And if you have any questions, comment it down below and I'll answer it, because I don't know if my microphone was making any audio, and I sincerely am truly pissed if it wasn't, you know? Anyway, we're going to finish this off. There's one more island. We're going to go to the top right corner. We're going to place 3 green, break the first 2. We're going to place 3 green, break the first 2. We're going to place 3 green, break the first 2. Okay? We're going to take yellow. Go to the right, place 3, break the first 2. We're going to go up, break 3, or sorry, place 3, break the first 2. And it should look like this. Grab your black concrete. Go to the right of the yellow. Go up, and go to the right. So it makes an L. That's going to be our corner. Sorry. Place a line, and then take green concrete. Go on the 3rd block. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Should look like that. Now place black on top of it. I'm sorry for that. Place black on top of it until you get to the top of the green. Then place a black line a few blocks up here. Go on the 3rd block. Place a green. We're going to then copy this. Ready? So place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. And we're going to just place until we hit the green on the top. Okay? Now we can just square it off real quick. Just place until you reach the corners. Grab blue concrete. Go into this bottom corner on the 2nd block up. Place 2 blue. Do me a favor, take your black, go to the right, go up, place 1 above it. That will be actually there. That's actual land. We're then going to go down diagonally 1. How in the world did that break? We're going to go down to the right with a long 3. We're going to go up with a tall 2. We're going to go up with a tall 3. We're going to go up with a tall 3. Oh, I'm so sorry. I lied to you guys. I am so sorry. take this top line, break every single bit of it. Now go back here, place until you overhang by 2. I am so sorry for lying to you, but thankfully, we didn't do all that much. I'm so sorry. My bad. Thankfully, I caught it because, you know, that didn't fit in the way that it should have. Anyway, so back to where we were. So now the box should look like this. Just recreate it. And now back to this top tall 2, tall 3. Place a diagonal 1. Now go down with a long 2. Go down with a diagonal 1. Go down with a tall 2. Go down with a diagonal 1. And this should just be 2 blocks tall right here. So it looks like this. Copy it. Now the red should be in these blocks. Okay. Grab... Oh, I actually need light gray as well. Sorry, I didn't see this till now. So grab light gray. On the top red block here, place light gray. Grab your brown. Grab your brown. There we go. And place a brown there. And grab your green, place a green there. Okay? Now grab your white and place a white line above all of that, and then you can fill it in the middle. Now grab your green and place in the last few blocks as green. So it should look like this. Now let me show you how to, really quickly, do all the underwater stuff if you've done it with me like that. So place a blue line until that block, so it should be 1 block off each corner. Go down 2, place a block, place a second. Go down another, place blue until you look like this, so place it to the right, and then fill in this little square with the blue. That is all the blue for the flag. Take your white, place it here above that outpoking blue, and place it here in line with that green block. Okay? And now at this block, you could also place a white because that's the line. So we could really quickly fill this in. Take your green concrete. Green will be everything on top here. I'm going to quickly do this with you. I won't let you suffer through me filling in São Tomé though, but this is just really quick, really easy. So that's going to be the green, and the red is obviously everything else. So just do that real quick as well. I'm so sorry, by the way, if my mic was not working for however long. But I did fix it eventually if it wasn't working. Hopefully it was working, though, because it said my microphone was disconnected. Why would it say that unless it was working? I get paranoid sometimes that I ruin things. Alright, so that is basically it. Let me go quickly fill this in. Alright, everyone, and you can go, by the way, if you haven't done it already, you can go break these support blocks, which I will do really quick. Alright, and hopefully you didn't leave yet, because we're going to do a quick bit of the Cameroon border, just to see if I did place these in the right spot. So if you didn't leave yet, congrats. You're going to go to the top right block of the Equatorial Guinea flag. So right here. You're going to go up diagonally. You're going to actually also, we're going to real quick place 1 diagonally to the left. Oh, that was an accident. We're going to go to the right, up and down to make a T like this. Okay. On the bottom block, we're going to go to the right 2 and up 3. Should look like that. We're going to go to the right on the second block 3 times. So it should be 3 blocks long coming off of it. On the bottom, we're going to place another 3, which overhangs like that. On the top, we're going to place 2 like this. And we're going to place 1 down like this. So it should look like this so far. Take your green concrete, place 4, and break the first 3. I know it doesn't have the same ring. But then we're going to place 3 and break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. So again, that's 4 blocks. We could even do this. We can have a green here, so then it's 2 block gaps each. And then we're going to take our black, place 3, break the first 2, place 1 more coming off to the right. Okay, so that should look like this. Alright, we're going to go back to the black right here, and go down diagonally by 1 to the left. We're going to go down diagonally with a tall 3. We're going to go down to the right with a long 3. We're going to go up on the last block, and we're going to go down by 3 in the middle block. So it should be 4 blocks total. We're going to go down by 1 to the right, We're going to go down with a tall 3 on the right. We're going to go down with a long or tall 2. We're going to go to the left with a tall 4. And this should equal up with the previous border. Okay, yep. So we have done this correct, hypothetically. So that's what it should look like. That one right there is 4 blocks, if you're curious and don't want to go back. But that is going to be it. So let's look this over. This is what you should have. All right. And if you don't have this, you did it wrong. Next video, we will finally get to South Sudan. And if you want to know how to make a flag map in the game, we actually have a spot to do it now. Do it to the left of São Tomé. A good distance. Do it to the left of São Tomé, because we're pretty much not going to put anything there. There's nothing there. So you could put your little map area there. I will have mine at the beginning of the next video because I don't want to do it right now. So this is what we should have. We're going to do South Sudan in the next video. If you want to do flag maps, I showed you how to do them at the end of the first video, but remember, do not make the same mistake that I did and use empty maps instead of empty locator maps. The next time will be South Sudan. I will see you guys in the next one. Zen and peace out. See you guys. Popping in real quick to say, I will put this in a comment as well. If you do the flag map and you did the 2 countries here the way that I did them underwater, they will not appear on a map. So don't worry that you did something wrong. That's just how the maps work in the game. They will not appear if they're underwater on the map. So if you're so badly wanting them to appear on the map, you can build them above ground, in level with the ground like we have with everything else. If that's not too much of a deal, you can keep them for viewing pleasure when you're hovering over everything, but just for the map, they will just not show up. You have to be mindful of that and remember that. Now I'm actually signing off. Goodbye, guys.